And we're live, everybody. Yeah, rock your body. Hey, everybody. Okay, we are live. I'm coming to you straight from work. So let's see what we got going on. Looking crazy. Okay, we got it. Let me scooch in a little bit. Okay. Did you remember to refill your drink? Yes? Okay. If you brought your drink to the party, give me a thumbs up. Okay. I brought my drink to the party. It's zero sugar sweet tea. You guys, today has been a day. I don't know what kind of day. A crazy day? I don't know. Let me know how you guys have been doing. Like, am I the only one that's just struggling to get through the week this week? Look, even Kevin was like, no, I'm out of here. Okay. Let's jump into it. Hey, Aussie girl. I'm waiting for the shenanery. Nice. Headed for 112 degrees. I'm pretty sure that's Celsius. Again today, good morning from Adelaide, Australia. I'm going to make it there one day. Aussie girl, I'm going to make it to Adelaide one day. One day. Hey, look. Millennia. I almost said millennial. No, it does say millennial. Millennial Meg. Hey, is there a new member? Hi. Listen, if you are not a member and you decide to become a member, make sure that you set aside some time, maybe when you're on the treadmill or you're on your bike or you're doing some chores or whatever, and go through all the members only videos. There's some real good ones there. So make sure you check those out. Tara's in the house. Woo, woo. Hey, guys. Everybody. Strega. She's here. Loving it. Yay. Doris is here. Hello. Black squirrel. Black squirrel. All right. I was doing a little different this time. Hey there. Okay, Christy Ann. Hi, everyone. Still digging out of the ice in Tennessee. Yes. Oh my goodness, so many people. I had ordered something off of Poshmark because, shopping addiction. And they messaged me and they were like, "Hey, thank you so much for your purchase, but we're under like 10 feet of ice in Tennessee, so there might be a delay." I was like, "Hey, just stay safe. It's okay. I'm not in any hurry." I got the dopamine hit from making the purchase. So anyway, funny side note, I did get another one of my purchases off of Poshmark. Now, for those of you who are not familiar, this is an Ikran, which is like the flying dragon creature from the Avatar movies. Okay. Except I didn't realize that this was a kid's shirt. It is so tiny. It is so tiny. Totally my fault, not the person's fault that made the listing. So I guess what I'm going to do is turn this into something else. I'm thinking maybe like a tote bag or something like that. I don't know. Or I might put it on a sweatshirt. I haven't figured it out yet. Anyway, segue. I will sew this into something else. If you're interested in that sort of shenanery, make sure you follow my other channel, FitFlavorFun Uncensored, which reminds me, let me put my little banner up here. Hold on. Da-na-na. There we go. Anyway, FitFlavorFun Uncensored. That's where I do all of my just regular content, not GLP1 related, but equally as awesome. So yeah, make sure you check those out. Okay. All right, let me go. Anyway, Christiane, please stay safe. Watch out for the ice. It will get you. Also, side note, the rhythm, it will also get you. Georgia, they're so sweet. Thank you. Cute hair. Yeah, no, it's just like, it's doing crazy things today. I'll probably put it back up at some point. Mimi's in the house, and Georgia, and Rebecca, and Darl SC. Darl? Wonder if that's supposed to be Darla. SC, I wonder if that's South Kakalaki. Tell me where you're from, guys, if you want to. No pressure. But yeah, we got a lot of new faces in here tonight. Hey, Shelly's here. I always have my water with me at home, in the car, etc., etc., etc. Tell me what movie that's from. Me too. Me too. Emotional support water bottle. Side note, I ordered another tumbler. Yeah. Yeah. Have you seen my Tumblr video where I show you guys all my yeah, I've got a problem. But I'm doing this new thing where I'm making all these different protein coffees, and I needed something that was clear so that I can show you guys, because some of these recipes are really good. So if you like protein coffees, if you like to just switch it up with your protein shakes, I've got like a whole bunch of new videos that are going to be coming your way, and they're going to be awesome. I'm really excited about them. Down in the Dale, Shelly. Hey there. I'm so glad you're here. It's like 4 Mondays in, I think it's supposed to be in a row this week, and then it shows Friday night. Yes, absolutely. Hey, oh my goodness. Hi from the UK. Well, hello there, Carol. I'm so glad you're here. You have to tell us where you are in the UK. I'm always so excited to see all my people from all over the world. I thought it was Monday all day yesterday. Yeah, it's painful. It's so painful. We're all just doing the absolute best that we can. I don't know what, I think the cold weather really makes it worse, right? It's just like, oof. Anyway, don't forget, if you guys have questions, right, make sure you put that QQQ in front so I can make sure that I grab it for you. Yeah, and then I'll grab it. Make sure you hit that like button, because remember, that trains the algorithm to let everybody else know that people are enjoying the live. So make sure you hit that like button for me. I super appreciate it. Shelly, happy Thursday. This is like the best part of my week, if I'm just being honest. Like, I look forward to Thursday night when we do the live. Okay, Debbie says, I'm drinking iced tea but no sugar. Me too. Finally below 200 pounds for the first time in over 25 years. Debbie, you're doing great. Look at you. You know what that tells me? That tells me that all of your hard work is paying off. So if you were here, I would give you like a big hug. Just squeeze you. Tell you you're doing so good. Hey, Margaret's here. Hello. Hello. Okay. Oh, I think I saw that one. Hey, look. Shelby's in Tennessee too. Tennessee's representing tonight. Watch out. NorCal. Is that Northern California? Is that what that is? I think so. It just shows you how out of touch I am. I'm like, NorCal? Is that a place? I don't know. Every time I hear a cool place name, I write it down, because I'm writing a book. And so I'm always looking for like cool names of cities and stuff like that. Cool names of people. Yay! Hey there! I'm so glad you're here. MPit_8. You have to let me know what your name is. Curious about what your day job is. Thanks. Yeah, Nancy. So I work in the medical field, mostly customer service, but in a support type role. So yeah, been doing that long time. It wasn't what I set out to do in life, but you know, that's what happens. That's kind of where you go where whatever life takes you. Hey, Valerie's in the house from Massachusetts. with a big ass water. Nice. Very nice. I like it. I need to watch your book review channel. I haven't tuned into that yet. Yeah, so I've started posting over there. I don't have any book reviews up yet, but they are in the works. And I've also got, the planner stuff and I've got the book journal that I'm doing, and I'll be doing all sorts of fun stuff with that. So, yeah, lots of cool stuff. The sewing stuff will be over there. It's going to be a lot of fun. I made a video where I was showing you kind of my process while I'm, working on writing my book. It's just kind of fun. I did a movie review of the new Avatar movie, so that's over there. So yeah, it'll be kind of a mixture of shorter videos and longer videos. So definitely if you're looking for something to keep you entertained while you're exercising, definitely a good option. Hey, Terrence here. Hey there. Drinking sugar-free iced tea, been shoveling snow and ice all day. Oh my gosh, that just sounds painful. Just from a coldness standpoint. I had to get in the shower on my lunch break today because I was just so frozen. Mind you, I had the heat jacked up to 75. It's hard being on a GLP1. It is. Like, you want to see? Look. These are my house shoes. You know what this is? Toe warmers. Yeah, I stick them to my house shoes because my feet get cold. Yeah, it's just that serious. Hey, Roxanne's here. Hello, Roxanne. Yeah. All right, freezing here in New Jersey. Oh my goodness. Seattle. Nice. Virginia Beach. Love it. Love it. Hey, Colleen from Connecticut. Excellent. Okay, we got Florida here. Love Florida. I used to live there. Jupiter, Florida, to be exact. All right, Barbara, time for the shenanery. Water with lemon. Excellent. I love it. Detroit Rock City. Drinking Crystal Light. Nice. Everybody's got good drinks. Hey, Stu from the UK too. London. Well, hey there, Stu. So glad you could join us. London, UK crew. Showing up full force tonight. Will they outdo the Aussies tonight? The other night, it was all the Aussies had came to the live. It was great. It was fantastic. All right. Darlene. See, I said Darla. I was close. Not quite, but I was close. So, Darlene. There we go. From South Kakalaki. I love it. Hello from Michigan. Michigan. Hey, here we go. Do you have a list of your other channels somewhere? So I just have one other channel, and it's called FitFlavorFun Uncensored. You'll see it kind of go by in the little ticker. But if you just do a search on YouTube, FitFlavorFun, like it's all one word, and then Uncensored. See, look, right here. Second channel. FitFlavorFun Uncensored. Yeah, so I'd love to have you over there. I'm just kind of getting the ball rolling. It's got a ton of content already on it. And for those of you who may be new, who don't know my whole life story, right? Because why would you? I used to, I'm still a canine nutritionist, and I used to breed standard poodles for service work. And then way back in the day, we bred Pomeranians for emotional support dogs. So you will see a lot of fun dog content over there. If you enjoy watching puppies, I mean, who doesn't? Yeah, there's lots of little puppy videos over there. So you can definitely go check those out. But yeah, I hope to see you over there. Hey, Janet's here. Hello, Allie from the cold city of Rhode Island. By the way, I know I've probably told you this before, Janet, but in case you didn't know, It's not 2 words. When you say Rhode Island, you have to say it as if it's 1 word. I made that rule up. I'm fighting my insurance, and I am not taking the pill. Oh, that's right. I saw your comment. Yeah. So Janet commented on my video that I posted where I was talking about, unfortunately, one thing that the insurance companies are doing to people now is they're dropping coverage for GLP1s and pushing people to the Wegovy pill because it's so much cheaper. And I personally think that's really problematic. Like, I think that it should be a decision between you and your doctor, right? Many people have tried Wegovy injections and they didn't like it, or they didn't get good results, or maybe they just don't want to. Guess what? That's a perfectly good reason. If your doctor thinks it's a good reason, it should be good enough for your insurance company. So, anyway. Janet, don't even get me started, but definitely keep me posted and let me know how you're doing. Hey, hi from Newport Beach, California. Hey there. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, got a question. At the dreaded 7.5 tirzepatide, any tips? I'm always hungry and gaining 1 pound each week instead of losing. So, for those of you who may be new either to a GLP-1 or here in general, many people, and I don't know why there's not like any kind of data on this, it's all just kind of, my experience in speaking with people who are on a GLP-1. Many people struggle on tirzepatide, right? Mounjaro Zepbound 7.5. I don't know what it is. For some people, it's like injecting water. For some people, it's, they have all sorts of side effects. Like 7.5 is just weird and no one can explain it. I've asked doctors, endocrinologists, that they're like, yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things. So anyway, my recommendation would be that if you are one of those people that stays on each dose as long as you're losing weight, if you are struggling this much on 7.5, go ahead and talk to your doctor about going up in dose, right? There's no reason to tough it out or, stay on a dose that's not agreeing with you, right? It's just a number. So this is pretty common on 7.5. And if you haven't been on it for 4 weeks yet, just be ready at the 4-week mark, right, to talk to your doctor about going up in dose. Now, as far as advice about always being hungry and gaining weight, one thing that really has helped me that I've been using a lot the last 2 weeks, because I'm currently coming down in dose, is utilizing a strategy where I have high volume, low calorie snacks on hand. You guys, I have been eating so many just like vegetable trays. And then I make a protein dip with my ranch protein powder. It has been a lifesaver, especially since I've been coming down in dose because the hunger is coming back like nobody's business. Another one of my go-tos is green beans. You can get them in a bunch of different ways. You can get them canned. You can get them fresh. You can steam them. You can fry them. You can do whatever you want to do, right? But very, very low in calorie. And then if you're careful about like what you're dipping them in or what sauces you use, right? That can be really helpful. So I would say focus on protein. If you do feel the need, right, to eat in volume, make sure it's a low calorie option like fruits and vegetables. Not only will it help you as far as satiating the hunger, it'll also help you reach your fiber goal. So, but just hang in there. Just hang in there. I know 7.5 is so frustrating for some people. You just got to do the best you can. And don't stay on it if it's not a good dose for you, right? Don't try to stick it out. Hey, Kansas, Kathy from Kansas. Hey, Shelly's back down in the Dale. Sorry I missed an update, but have you gotten your glucose sorted out? Yes, I did. So, what I have been doing is I've been doing my continuous glucose monitor. And I have changed the way that I'm eating. So initially, I had shifted everything to earlier in the day, and then not eating later at night, right? To account for digestion time being on a GLP-1. So I've kind of changed that a little bit and pushed the meal out. If I do eat kind of earlier in the evening, then I will do a protein forward complex carb snack, right? Closer to bedtime. And that has completely eliminated the issue of low blood sugar. So, yeah. So, thank you so much for asking. But yeah, doing great. Doing good. And I do have an update coming out about how it's going with me going down in doses and whew, it's been wild. Okay, Shelby says, I just started Manjaro 12.5. That's my favorite, by the way. From 10, I just want my blood sugar to go to normal blood sugar. I've always had in the 110 to 120 range since being on this medication. Will it ever go below 100? So yeah, so that really just depends on finding the right dose that works for you. And for some people, that may be 12.5, it may be 10, it may be 15, right? It all just depends on your body. So I would say focusing on nutrition, right? And not to obsess about the blood sugar numbers. I know that it can be very easy to really get caught up in that. I've been dealing with low blood sugar episodes, and oh my gosh, it was so easy to just be constantly checking, on my phone. I'm like, oh, what's my blood sugar? Oh, what's my blood sugar? Right? Especially if you're using a continuous glucose monitor, right? A CGM. I'm using a Dexcom 7. It's important to remember that those are not always 100% accurate. Chances are you're not doing 20 gabillion finger sticks a day, Shelby. I most certainly hope that you're not, because that sounds painful. But just remember that if you are using a CGM, that it may not be 100% accurate. So keep that in the back of your mind too. But yeah, once you find the right dose that works for you, I think that you'll see that those blood sugars probably will range anywhere from, like 80s to 110. I mean, that's usually what I see for me. And I'm very close to being in like a healthy weight category. I'm considered overweight, if you will, if you're looking at a BMI chart. So yeah, and then when I eat, it usually heads up to like 110, and then right during the day it's just a little bit lower. So, but just keep doing what you're doing, right? Don't let it frustrate you. The numbers will come. That's one of the things that really frustrates me about the diabetic only support groups, that that they don't let you talk about anything other than your A1C number. That's what really frustrates me, because there's so much more to being on a health journey than just the numbers. And I think that specifically for diabetics, that is pushed so hard, right? Like, that's what your doctor wants to know. That's what everybody, it's like, oh, what is your A1C? What is this? Right? It's very easy to get caught up in all of that, but that's not necessarily where you want to place all of your focus. Getting in movement, making sure you're staying on top of your nutrition, focusing on protein, building muscle, right? All of these things are going to get you to those numbers that you want without focusing on the number. So I know I got just a little bit sidetracked there, Shelby, but I hope that that's helpful for you. So just stick with it. You're doing great. Just stick with it. Okay. We had a whole bunch of people join the live. Hey, everybody. Listen, if you've got a question, make sure you hit the QQQ right in front or put some question marks up so that I can make sure to grab your question. And if you're just joining, make sure you hit the like button. If the algorithm told you, hey, people are enjoying this live, it's because other people hit the like button. So that's the way it works. Jazzy's in the house. Yeah, do an injection in a heart. Hey there. Hey, from Cleveland. Hey, Nicole Ray, GLP1. Hey there. I'm so glad you're here. Michelle. See, I knew it started with an M. I love decoding and deciphering everyone's YouTube names. My dad called me M. That's so cute. Like 007. M. We used to watch a lot of James Bond together. Hilarious. I love that. Side note, they put all of the James Bond movies on Netflix. So if you're looking to have a James Bond marathon, that's a great place to do it. All right, Mary, hello, checking in. Trying something new tonight. Suja, organic ginger, love cold pressed lemon, ginger, pineapple probiotic drink. That's a mouthful. Yeah, I've seen those. Me personally, I can't do a whole lot of ginger because it gives me acid reflux. It's very weird. Like I went through this phase in college where I really loved ginger beer, but I just couldn't do it because it was just, anyway, a lot of people love ginger because it helps their digestive system. But this sounds super healthy. Yum. I like it. Hey, Todd's in the house. Todd, how are you doing? I'm so happy to see your little smiling face down there. I'm here from Wichita, Kansas. Todd, we're not in Kansas anymore. I mean, you are, but I'm not. Good evening. Good evening. At maintenance, lower dose to 10 milligram this week on Triz. Hey, how's it going? How's it going on 10? I, too, am also on 10. So let me know. How are you feeling? Corona Del Mar, California. Love it. Nice. Nancy's doing good. Love that. Okay, let me see if I can scroll down here and get caught up with some comments. Hey, Madonna. Madonna's in Tennessee. Tennessee's coming out strong tonight. Purchase new jeans down a pants from 18 to a size 12. Holy guacamole. Madonna, that is awesome. Congratulations. I know that feels good, right? It's just one of those things. You can't explain it until you do it. I love that. I love that for you. It's fantastic. Hey, Jude's here. Hey there. I don't want to throw out an unused vial. Okay, my medication expires on 2/5. My 4th shot is due 2/8. Have you guys taken meds 3 days after expiration? I know I'm being cheap. You're not. So let's talk about expiration dates or BUD or best used by dates. So these dates are slightly arbitrary in that. Let me explain. So depending on what kind of compound pharmacy or right where the medication comes from, right? If it comes from a compound pharmacy or if it's one of the vials like Lilly Direct vials, where it comes from dictates that date. So for example, if you are, I think it's a 503A, right? Then you can utilize a much longer time period for a best use by date, whereas the other type of compound pharmacy, right, has to use a much shorter date. Are they made the same way? Yes. Are they both likely fine the same amount of time? Also, yes. So, yeah, but this a couple of days, psh, I wouldn't even worry about it, right? It's kind of like look at it like this. I like the yogurt analogy, and I just did that this week. So, you buy a yogurt, you weren't paying attention to the date, and it expires in a day. And you go to it 2 days later and you pull off the lid and it's perfectly fine, and you don't notice until after you ate it that it was technically expired, right? It didn't taste weird, it wasn't growing mold, right? So, was it bad? Meh, right? Sometimes those things are in place to be used as a guideline, right? A, to keep people safe, right? So you're not consuming expired food, but also B, right? Because that's the law. So, yeah, but if it's just a couple days, I have done that. I wouldn't worry about it. If you're using clean practices, right? You're using a new syringe every time. You're utilizing your alcohol wipes and you're getting everything nice and clean, right? All of that is very important to ensure that if you run into a problem like this, right, you've been doing clean practices the whole time and it's not as big of a deal. So, yeah, but great question. Okay. Todd said he didn't tell me how the GLP would make my energy cost higher keeping my house warm. Yeah, you and me both. Oh my goodness. It's painful. And electric blankets and all the things. I face your situation, but I would definitely take a shot if it's only 3 days. Yeah, so she's a smart cookie. I agree with Roxanne. Okay. Hey, Brit PC, hi from the Isle of Wight. Well, hello there. I don't know where that is. Can you tell me where that is? Hey, it's in the UK. They told me down below. Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome. Love that. The Isle of Wight. Okay. Hey, Jennifer's here. Hey there. I haven't seen you in a minute. How are you doing? That's awesome. Got so many people in the house. Jude wanted to check for, yeah, I just hate throwing it out. No, listen, we are all paying way too much for our GLP-1s to be throwing anything out. So I had somebody that messaged me and they were like, okay, so here's my prescription. And they showed me their prescription and they said, this is how much I have left in this vial. It was like 8 units. And then they were like, this much is how, and then this is the new vial. So how do I figure out, right? Do not waste a drop if you don't have to. So I completely understand. Hey, Tanya's here from Maryland. Yeah, Jude. Yeah, Canine nutritionist. Go check out some of my videos from my on my other channel. All of the content there, canine nutrition stuff. And you'll see me at my heaviest. So I often include pictures on this channel to show you, but if you want to see live action, Allie, then you can definitely check it out. My dogs are obese and saw the vet today. They need to lose 15 pounds. Yeah. Yep. It happens. Let me guess. They eat kibble. Right? Unfortunately, this is the world that we have created for our pets. And it's totally fine. Nothing you should be upset about. Side note, just for funsies, I am excited to see the studies that they're doing where they're utilizing GLP-1 meds for our pets to help them with exactly the same thing. So I look forward to seeing, the information that comes out about that. I think I'm the only one in the GLP-1 community. Like, it's a creator that's like, I can't wait for that study to come out where they're testing it on animals. Right? Everybody else is like, who cares? We just want it for us. Yeah. No, I want it for everybody. By the way, just in case you're new here, this is my latest obsession. The review video for these will be out on my channel here coming up soon. This is the MAC lip glass. Okay, not lip gloss, lip glass. In the color, hang on, 226 casual, just so you know. And it smells like chocolate. It's phenomenal. I have stopped using all of my other chapsticks because this is definitely helping nourish. So anyway, I just want to throw it out there because you'll probably see me put it on 20 gabillion times. But the review for those is coming out on my other channel. So hey, Germany is in the house. All right. I love it. Hey there. Okay. Hello from Nashville. See, Tennessee is just killing it tonight. Switching from Zepbound to Wegovy this week. Any advice? Yes. Lots of advice. Okay, so when you are switching from one medication to the other, first things first, hopefully your doctor has already done this for you, but first things first, you need to make sure you're starting at the lowest dose. Right. So you're switching from Zepbound. Doesn't matter what dose you're on Zepbound, you go to the lowest dose of Wegovy. Why? Because these two medications are not the same. And more often than not, I see where doctors are like, oh, you're on 7.5 of Zepbound. Oh, we're going to move you over here to Wegovy and we're going to put you in the middle dose. No. Okay. That's how you end up in the ER. Don't do that. These two medications are not the same. If your doctor is pressuring you to do that, write up a contract that says that if you end up in the ER, that they are going to pay all of your medical bills. I actually made that suggestion to somebody who asked me for my advice in this situation. Their doctor was being really pushy. And the doctor was like, well, you know, you're at the higher doses of Zepbound. I think they were on 7.5 or 10. And they're like, if you go to Wegovy at the lowest dose, you're not going to see any results. It doesn't matter. Okay. Your body needs time to acclimate, and these two medications are not the same. So, side note, she gave the contract to her doctor, and he said, no, I'm not signing it. I'll put you at the lowest dose of Wegovy. So it was a win. Also, side note, she ended up having some pretty gnarly side effects. So it was a good thing that she didn't listen to her doctor. Just saying. So I would expect that if you are actively trying to lose weight, that it may take you some time to find a dose on Wegovy that works for you. Now, the other thing that you want to keep in mind is you may not start out, like if you have appetite suppression on Zepbound and then you switch, you may find that you don't have appetite suppression just starting out. Just be patient. Be patient. And definitely go check out my other videos where I talk about switching from either Mounjaro to Ozempic, right, tirzepatide to semaglutide, or Zepbound to Wegovy, because I listed out like all of the things that you should do. But yeah, just be patient, right? See how you're feeling. Make sure you have good communication with your doctor if you're having side effects. So yeah. And then hopefully it'll be a smooth transition and you'll be fine. Okay, great. Hey, have to check out Uncensored, just coming from dinner. Love to get some shenanery. Absolutely. Yeah, please do. I think you guys will enjoy it. I know I'm enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. Tammy's in the house. Gina says, hey, party people. Hey there. Okay. Let me see. Hey. Hi, Allie. Kristen from Idaho. Nice. I'm on maintenance on 10 milligram terzipatide and feeling great. That's awesome. I love that. I love when people are on a dose that's really working for them. That's always a good thing. Love that. And I'm so glad you're here. Okay. Liz says, hi from South Korea. What? Liz wins. Hey, 2 months into my journey and down 21 pounds on 2.5 Manjaro. That is fantastic. Liz, that's awesome. First of all, I'm so glad you're here. South Korea. That's amazing. And second of all, you are doing phenomenal on 2.5. I love that for you. Love that. Hey there. Hello. Oh, what is that a picture of? Oh, sometimes I wish I could make these bigger. It looks like it might be anime characters. I don't know. I wish I could zoom in. I like your picture though. Okay. Jennifer says, I can't advise, but I've taken meds past the date. Oh, yeah. And they've been stored well. Oh, yeah. I love puppies and babies. Me too. Me too. I was watching one of the older videos on my other channel, and it was where we did a Harry Potter themed litter of standard poodle puppies, and we had them like choose their houses, right, for Hogwarts. We had so much fun. So much fun. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but I love the puppies. I really do. I got an email update from a litter from 6 years ago, and they sent me pictures and they were just like, "Oh, we love our baby." And I was like, "Oh, I remember when he was just this big." It's good times. It's good times, great oldies. All right, Rebecca says, we're in North Kakalaki and haven't been able to get up our driveway due to it being covered in 3 inches of solid ice. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I feel for you. I feel for you. That's like, if it was snow, that would be one thing, because then you could go out and have a little bit of fun. But like ice is not so much fun. If you're sledding down the ice, like you have very little control, right? It's just like bitter cold. It's just too much. Jude says, I thought it was me on 7.5, been in a plateau since December 3rd. Not just you. I also plateaued on 7.5. I would love to be able to compile some statistics on it, because if you just go into a support group, just pick a random support group and type 7.5 and see the number of people that say this, it is disproportionate to any other dosage I've seen. It's wild, and I can't explain it. I don't know. It's weird. Okay, Barbara says, hi from the frigid Northwest Chicago suburbs. Sipping on something new, a Cali water cactus pineapple. You're looking pretty tonight. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. What is a Cali water cactus pineapple? So is that like cactus water, or is that, tell me more about this flavor. I'm interested, intrigued. Color me intrigued about cactus. I've had cactus water, and I'm wondering if that's what this is, or if this is just a fancy name for some water. Pineapple. I love pineapple. Mary said, oh my God, the same issue on 7.5. Yes. Second shot, food noise is back, especially at bedtime. Gained 2 pounds. May go back to 5 next refill. Yeah, definitely talk to your doctor. But like I said, 7.5, you can hang it up. Although I will say, to defend some of my OGs, they will come to the comments and tell you that 7.5 is their favorite dose, and that it worked great for them and they lost a bunch of weight. So it just depends on the person. So if you have not gotten to 7.5 yet, please don't count it out. But just also keep in the back of your mind, it's not you. It's like that old breakup thing. It's like, It's not you, it's me. It's like, it's the 7.5. It's not you, but I can't explain it. Okay. Juice said, my doc said I can take 8.5 from 7.5. I'll try that next shot. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I'm currently on 12.5, which is my favorite, down 68 pounds. Nice. But have 70 to go. Okay. My blood sugar is great, but I have not lost weight in months. Tried increasing calories, increase activity, track and weigh food. Okay, I'm not sure if it cut you off there. Okay. So, one thing that I will say, you've lost a huge chunk of weight. Have you recalculated your calorie deficit? Because when you lose a big chunk of weight like that, right? Then you got to go to the tdeecalculator.net. And if you need help with how to do that, I do have a video that walks you through how to do it. And you may need to recalculate your calorie deficit. Now, the one thing I will say is those calculators are not 100% accurate. It just gives you like a framework. If you are a very short person, okay, like 5'3" and below, it's not going to be accurate for you and you'll have to work with a dietitian. But yeah, Barbara, let me know if you have recalculated your calorie deficit since losing the 68 pounds. Yeah. Black squirrel. Okay. Do you use an Apple Watch or other fitness wearable? Any recommendations? Yes. Can you see it? You can't. Let's try this way. It's like going through all my pictures. You'll see a lot of dragon pictures. Anyway, yes, I have an Apple Watch. I love it because it reminds me, it vibrates and reminds me to get up and move, which is great because I have a completely desk sedentary job and I get in the zone, right, with my ADD, and then I completely forget that I need to drink a drink or get up and go to the right, like, so it works great for me. As far as other fitness type trackers, I didn't use anything before this since the first Fitbit. But I will say I really enjoyed that too. And I liked that shape better. This, I mean, I like that it's got the big screen, right? And I can do the pictures and, I mean, it's cool. Look, there's a warrior lady with a sword. It's really cool. And I like all the little watch bands. This is a magnetic band that I got off of Shein because I'm cheapy cheap. But it makes it super easy. Right? Love that. So I say with the right apps, with the right band, it's great. I love it. It was worth it. The first one that I got was like a promo with my phone, like back in the day, because I also use Apple devices for phones. So for me, right, I'm on a Mac right now. So everything connects, everything talks to each other. It's nice. It's very nice. Now, I'm sure that there is an equivalent, right, on the Samsung side. So if you have one of those, you may want to look into that. But yeah, I would just say make sure that whatever you choose, research all of the things that you want it to do. So for me, I didn't want it to just be a fitness thing. I can take phone calls, right? When I'm at the thrift shop, my dad calls me. I can be like, hey, what's up? Right. I like that. I can read text messages. It's my email. I enjoy all of those features. So it's not just about fitness for me. So that's why I went with the Apple Watch. I hope that's helpful for you. Just think about what features you want and then look to make sure whichever product it is, right, that it's doing that thing. Doing that thing. Hey, Will they ever go higher than 15 milligrams? Yes. For tirzepatide, Manjaro, Zepbound, yes, they will. They are currently researching it. I want to say they're researching it up to 25 milligrams right now. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that is in process now. Why is that the cutoff dose? I couldn't say. I couldn't say. If I had to speculate, purely speculation, that's probably what the in the time frame of the study, right? Because remember, studies are just for a set time frame and they're expensive. So in the set time frame of that study, that is what dosage, people could get up to and tolerate and do well and lose weight, right? Because remember, for many of those studies, it's about, can people stay on the drug? How are they doing with side effects? And how much weight are they losing, right? Because once they publish all that data, that's when, investors get involved and they're like, ooh, something shiny, right? So, yeah. But are they researching it? Yes. I don't have a projected date on when that will take place, like when they will release higher doses, but they will. Yeah, I think they will. Great question. Okay. Barbara says no weight loss from 7 to 12.5, thinking about going off a month and then starting over. Okay. Barbara, definitely go watch my video where I talk about I think it's called doing a reset, everything nobody tells you. Don't quote me on that title, but anyway, I go in depth talking about why this is a bad idea. Now, for some people, they are able to go off of the med for a month or 2 or 3 and then come back and start at the lowest dose and it works great. That's like 50% of people. But the other 50%, nothing happens or very little happens. Or their inflammation will come off, right? That packed back on when they came off the med, that will come off, but then they won't lose weight again. So my recommendation would be talk to your doctor about going up in dose and go to 15 and then make a decision from there, right? Stay on 15 for at least 4 weeks, see how you feel, right? Again, talk to your doctor about it, then make a decision. Because starting and stopping and starting and stopping, these medications do not work like other medications. Again, some people can do it and they're fine, but we don't have any data on who can do it and who can do it successfully. And I see so many people that are pushed off of their GLP-1 because of insurance issues and they can't afford it. And then they come back to it, a couple months later and they're like, I'm blowing through the doses every 4 weeks and I haven't lost any weight. What's going on? So since you're not at the highest dose yet, Barbara, I would say if you've been on 12.5 for a while, right? Go ahead and go to 15. Look at your calories, make sure you're tracking, make sure you're getting in movement, focusing on protein, focusing on fiber, all the things, right? Make sure you're on top of everything and see how you do on 15 before you decide to go this route. So it really just, it's one of those things where it just depends on the individual. And I wish I had better advice for you. But that's all I can tell you, just based off of what I have seen happen with others. So, yeah. Oh my goodness, Jude. Allie, you are tiny. I am? When did that happen? Never in my life have I ever been called tiny. Jude, I don't know how long you've been following, but I used to be 285 pounds. So, But thank you for saying that I'm tiny. You're very sweet. You know, I haven't even reached my goal weight. I also hide it really well. Like I've got you guys at a good angle and you get some stuff going on here. But all of that to say, thank you. That's very sweet. Black Squirrel, any thoughts on CGMs for non-diabetics? Yes. I have lots of thoughts. Oh, you want to hear them? Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. All right. Yeah, let's talk about it. I think they're great. I paid for mine out of pocket because insurance decided to poo-poo. They were like, you're a diabetic. You don't need to monitor your glucose. Really, dude? Really? I said, screw you, buddy. I'll just pay for it out of pocket. It was not cheap. It's not cheap at all. I don't recommend that people do that. But yes, so currently, I am doing a ton of research. I went with the Dexcom 7 because of all of the research that I did, and I wanted something that was incredibly accurate and it would give me a lot of flexibility, right, with the app and the phone and placement and a whole bunch of stuff that I'll get into in videos. But as far as CGMs for non-diabetics, I think it's fantastic. Here's the caveat. Two things. One, do not buy that super cheap one. What is the name of it? I want to say it's like Lingo or something. There's one that's very, very affordable, that's cheap, that you can get it on Amazon. You don't even have to have a prescription. Don't waste your money. Okay? I see so many fitness gurus that are like, "Oh yeah, use this, blah 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 blah." No. Like the reviews on it are terrible. The people have compared it with other glucose monitors. It doesn't even come close. Like in this situation, when it comes to medical devices, it really is you get what you pay for, right? So if you go super cheapy cheap, you're going to get super cheapy cheap quality. And if you're specifically monitoring, right, the glucose in your blood and you want to make decisions based off of that data, you don't want something that's garbage, right? So again, I plan to go over all of that in videos because I do think that they have a place. I do think that that place is being horribly skewed right now because of the, fitness community taking it in a wrong direction. But I think that they do have a place. And I think that as long as somebody goes into it well educated, they get the right monitor, and they are committed to not going off the deep end, right? With becoming obsessed with the numbers. Just like we don't want to become obsessed with that number on the scale. You don't want to flip it around and do something like that either. So I think that with the right mindset, it can be an incredibly useful tool, even for somebody who's a non-diabetic. So yeah, great question. More to come on that soon. Okay. Mine is with finger pricks, as my insurance will not pay for a CGM. Hey, they did that to me too. Even though I'm a type 2 diabetic, yeah. But I don't have to stick myself over 2 times a day. I wish they would. Thinking about paying for myself. Okay. A few things to keep in mind, right? So if you're doing twice per day, is your numbers are likely to be higher in the morning. Remember, when you first wake up in the morning, your body naturally increases your blood glucose level to help you get up and get moving. So I know that for me, I have family members that are always discouraged by that first number of the day because it tends to be, right, a little bit higher. But in my research, I have found that that's actually normal, right? When you come out of REM, your body is gearing up for the day, and that's one of the things that it does. So if you don't already know that, Shelby, keep that in the back of your mind. Black Squirrel. I see Bear. Yeah, he's doing pretty good today. It wasn't so cold. I mean, I was cold, but it wasn't so cold that he was miserable. And for those of you who are new, Bear is my older than dirt Pomeranian, the little black dog that you'll see kind of wander around in the background. Hey, Super Skitty! Hey! I'm so glad you're here. Northeast Ohio. Great. Kent, my friend, you have confused me. Can you get natural proteins from each other? Can you get natural proteins from each other? You mean like through osmosis? Like if I'm standing close enough to you, will my natural proteins just rub off on you? Kent, I have no idea what you're saying, man. I need for you to explain. I need you to explain. Explain, my man. Okay. Hey, Mary. Hello from Florida. Hello, Florida. Florida's in the house. Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. Your hair looks so good. It's shiny and healthy. I've been working on it. I've been working on it, and I've gotten a couple of questions on videos about my hair and what I've been doing differently. So stay tuned because I do have a video coming about everything that I've been doing. And I think that I have some really good suggestions. So, but thank you. Thank you for your compliment. You're so sweet. I literally had it up. It was like Princess Leia space buns while I was working today. So now it's just kind of crazy. But you're so sweet. Thank you. Okay. Tennessee strong. Yes. Yes. The force is strong with Tennessee tonight. It's also strong with the UK tonight. I got all my UK people here. So, hey, Tammy. Got my Biocare 2 today. Great. Tried the caramel first. I liked it. Is there a link for the protein ranch? Yes, there is. I want to say it's linked in. Check one of my previous videos. I'm pretty sure I added that one to the list. Hang on. Hold please. Hold please. I'm pretty sure I added it. But let me not tell you a fib or two. Okay. Description box. I don't think it'll be in the description box here, but I may add it after the fact. Let me just check the Wegovy pill video. Okay. Biocare. The dog vitamins are listed. People vitamins. FitFlavorFun shirts. Okay. Protein, heated blanket. No. Is it not on here? Okay. It's not on here. I will add it. I'll add it for you. Okay? After the fact. Hang on. Hold, please. Okay. If you're new here, I have to write things down, otherwise I'll forget. So, protein ranch link. I wrote ink for Tammy. Okay. I got it right here, Tammy. I'll add it so it'll be on the videos. But it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Okay. Okay, Stu is back for more. If a UK pen delivers 60 units clicks per full dose and the dose is 10 milligrams, does using half the dose truly deliver 5 milligrams? I'm wondering how accurate this is given the factors of volume potency. Stu, this is a great question. So, is it mostly accurate? Yes. However, there is some slight variation, right? So, you might be getting 5, you might be getting 5.5, you might be getting, 6, you might be get right, like, it's just one of those things where it's not 100%. I know that it's something I've seen videos where people have tried to measure this out and see how close to accurate it is. Um, but I find that for most people, not all people, but most people are not sensitive enough to the medication to feel the difference if it's off just ever so slightly, right? Like point 0.5 or something like that. So, but it's a great question. Unfortunately, I don't have anything reliable, right, to tell you either way. But it's a very good question. Okay, Cindy's here. Hello from freezing Stillwater, Minnesota. Love your no nonsense approach. Thank you, Cindy. I've been on 2.5 Zep for 10 weeks, lost 17 pounds. Great. Have in-person doctor's appointment Monday and hoping to do labs so can compare. Okay. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of doing labs every 3 months. I know that there are a lot of people that are like, labs every 3 months. That's crazy. You don't need to do that. I am a huge fan of doing labs every 3 months, even if your insurance doesn't cover it. Why? Because I was able to do labs every 3 months. I had to pay for it out of pocket, but we caught an issue before it became an issue. And if you want to know more about that, then do a search either on YouTube or in my videos. It's a 2-part series called Bad Labs, and it was a lifesaver. So I talk about what happened, what labs were bad, and then how I was able to fix it so that they wouldn't take me off the medication. But yeah, I am a huge fan of getting lab work every 3 months. I think it's very beneficial, even just to show like the trend of things getting better, right? So I think it's good. Okay. Hey there. Hey there from Massachusetts. Let's see. Mick Shiggity. Shiggity. I'm loving this. I need I need a villain in my book whose name is McShiggity. It sounds like a really awesome dance move. It's like, "Oh, you doing that McShiggity? Yeah. Shiggity, shiggity, getting it. Yeah." Okay, I'm sorry. Pilot, right? 5901. Awesome. Massachusetts. 12 months ago, I was 270 pounds. Today, exactly 52 weeks ago, today, 5'9", 208 pounds, type 2, nice, chronic kidney disease. A1C was down to 5.4. That's great. Manjaro 1 time a week. I love that for you, Mr. McShiggity. McShiggity. That's my new favorite name. I hope you come to every live just so I can say that. I'm so happy for you. That's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, your A1C, you're doing great, but how are you feeling? That's what I want to know. So let me know. Tell me how you feel. Okay. Judy's got a question. Judy's got a question. Hi from Louisville, Kentucky. You're looking and sounding good tonight. Thank you. I stopped losing over a year and a half ago and still in the overweight BMI category too. Yeah, I think that for me specifically, I think that because of the loose skin, like if I don't get that removed, I'll probably always be in the overweight category. I just don't think I could get I don't think I can get down. Get down, good Lord. Johnny shaking all over town. Okay. How's Kevin and the gang doing? Everybody's doing great. Everybody's doing great. Kevin is bugging me all day today when I was trying to work. But yeah, everybody's doing good. Doing good. Kevin, not Kevin, Bear, my Pomeranian who's older than dirt. He has good days and bad days. So, it's we just take him as they come. He's just old man. There's not much we can do with him. But Sushi's doing good. Sega is always good. She let me know that my packages were delivered today, and I was like, let me know if you get excited waiting for packages. That's like the highlight of my week. It's just like, what's going to deliver this week? Hey, Lisa's here from Tennessee. Pretty sure Tennessee is winning tonight. Glad to hear you're feeling better. I'm still chugging away slowly. MJ 2.5, about to start my 8th month. Nice. I did 1 month on 5 and lost over 5 pounds in 2 weeks. Doctor put me back on 2.5. Yeah, well, I mean, if you're having success on 2.5, right, there's no reason to go up. So that's great. That's awesome. Okay, good. 1 week, 5.6, and then I was so sick. Did great on 2.5. Yeah, that happens. Hi from Minneapolis. Minneapolis. Hi, Kim. I've been on TERS 14 months, down 50 pounds. Nice. 10 to go. Currently on 7.5. How's 7.5 treating you? We were just talking about 7.5 earlier. Let us know how you're doing. That's awesome. Congratulations on your 50 pounds. Jude says, do you do canine consults? I do. I kind of put them on hold because I was, doing everything and trying to get my life on track with my health. But I did just recently open it back up. So yes, I do. And you can email me. My email is listed on my YouTube channel in like the main description box. You can just shoot me an email. If you want to do a consult, happy to help. Hey, Sherry's here. Hello. Hey, I'm down 76 pounds, 4 from goal. Nice. And now it's just up and down all month. Any advice? It's so frustrating. So you're 4 pounds from goal? I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's water retention right there. You're probably at goal and you don't even know it if it's only 4 pounds. So I would say just take a look at everything that you're doing, right? Make sure you're tracking your calories and make sure that you're getting in movement, you're staying hydrated. How's your fiber looking, right? Are things moving well? You'll be surprised if you can get that constipation knocked out of the way, that, your weight will reflect that. So yeah, you are so close. You're so close. Just, I know it's very easy to get sucked into that number and like so hyper focused on it. But what if you're down 76 pounds and that's the weight for you? What if you're up and down right now because this is a good and healthy weight for you? What is 4 pounds? Right? So that's for you to decide, right? Conversation with your doctor or your dietitian. But I just like to throw it out there to get people thinking, because I know it's very easy to get hyper focused on that number on the scale, because for many of us, we have fought our weight our entire lives. And for many of us, our entire adult lives. And so to be this close to perceived success, Sherry, I'm here to tell you, you have already achieved success. You are one good poop away from reaching your goal. I'm serious. It's, if you have a lighter carb day, keep in mind that when your body is processing carbs, right? Like, you will retain water to process those carbs. If you are doing a higher salt day, your body will retain water to process that salt. That's 4 pounds, right? If you're like me and you have loose skin, I got a lot more than 4 pounds of loose skin, but I'm just saying on average, it's 8 to 13 pounds of loose skin. So Sherry, I'm not saying that you do, but I'm just throwing this out as, something that I want everybody to keep in the back of their mind because it can get very frustrating to be that close. But if you want to get there, you'll get there. And you may already be there and you don't even know it. So, aha. Now what? I feel bad for people sometimes because I feel like they ask me questions and then I throw them a curveball. But that's why you're here, right? Because I don't just throw fluff at you. I'm real with you. So I just got my lip gloss in casual. Love it too. Hey, Doris got her lip gloss too. I know because I was talking about it in that other live. And everybody was like, where do I get it? Yeah. Oh my gosh. So good. Especially this time of year. This just, everybody's lips are just dried and chapped out and just horrible. Hey, Janet said thumbs up, please. Yes. Everybody. We've got 150 people in the live right now. But how many likes do we have? So pop on over and hit that like button. Okay. Pamela. Hi, Allie. Hello, Pamela. I lived in Mesa, Arizona, but back in Omaha, Nebraska, started Manjaro December 14th. Just started 5 milligrams yesterday. Got Smart Scale. Okay. Is a game changer. Shows a lot you miss. Yes. Some of these Smart Scales are fantastic. It's important to remember that, they're not 100% accurate. So specifically when it comes to estimating your muscle mass, it's important to keep in mind that it may not be 100% accurate. That's why you want to make sure you get like a DEXA scan or something like that. Many of these gyms are now offering those type of scans, which I think is cool. So, but yeah, they are a great tool to be able to track your progress, and I love it. I have a Smart Scale. I don't use it with the app, which I probably should, but yeah. Snowy 3750. Well, hello there, snowman. I am within 5-ish pounds of goal weight, been experiencing lowish blood pressure. How have you heard of this problem? Yes. So you definitely want to talk to your doctor. Okay. There are a lot of different factors that can factor into blood pressure, and it may not be related to your GLP1. If you're taking other medications, it could be related to that. If you're not tracking your nutrition, it can be related to that, right? Like if you're overdoing it with exercise, it can be related to that. There are so many different facets to this. So I would say if you don't have a blood pressure monitor, go to your local, pharmacy store, whichever you prefer. And you can usually pick one up for anywhere from like $25 to $45, or you can order one on Amazon, right? It's just like the little cuff kind. It goes around your arm. And yeah, and start tracking your blood pressure. Remember that you shouldn't be doing back-to-back blood pressure readings, right? Because that can skew the numbers. You want to make sure that you're seated and that your arm is relaxed, meaning that you're not like holding it up. Make sure you're not talking to somebody or talking on the phone or right. You need to be in a relaxed state and do your blood pressure and then keep a log of it. That can be very helpful when talking to your doctor. So back when I was on blood pressure meds, I used to do that and it was incredibly helpful. So yeah, Snowy, make sure you talk to your doctor so you can figure out what's going on with the low blood pressure and then report back and let me know how you're doing. Okay. Jude says, Allie, you literally know more about this topic than my doctor. I know I'm not the only one. Laugh out loud. Yes. Well, Jude, if it makes you feel any better, I know more about this than my doctor too. But, to be fair to doctors, right? Many of us are seeing, general practitioners or specialists in the field like endocrinologists, and they have to know a lot more than just this one topic, right? So I do give them a little bit of grace to say that, if GLP-1 is not your specialty, which a lot of these telehealth doctors now, I mean, that's essentially what they're becoming, right? They are getting specialized training in GLP-1s. They have more patient experience with GLP-1s. So I think that for many of the telehealth companies, right, these telehealth doctors are very specialized. And I think that's great. I think that the longer they are on the market, the more, right, doctors will get on board, the more experience they'll have, and hopefully they'll do better, right? Okay. Pamela, since January 9th to today, I've lost 14.8 pounds and 2 lower on visceral fat. Nice. Very nice. I love Allie's videos. Very informative. Love her comedy. Thank you. Thank you. I very much appreciate that. I love you guys too. Hey, Anita said, hello, you shenanigans. Sorry I'm late. Anita, that is completely unacceptable. We have been waiting for you this whole time. I'm just kidding. I'm glad you're here. Okay. Never had any cactus water. Afraid it would be nasty. It's not bad. I've had, let's see, cactus water, maple water. Yeah. Google that. Maple water. I was like, I went on this kick and I was vegan and I was, I tried all the things. Aloe is the worst, in my opinion. There is no one that can convince me that chunky water is a good idea. No. Okay. Is 7.5 that bad? I just started 5. It's not that it's bad. It depends on the person. I find that most people who have trouble on 7.5, okay, so not most people overall, but most people who have challenges on 7.5, really, it's just that they don't lose a lot of weight, they stall out, hunger comes back, right? So it's not terrible, horrible, no good, very bad dose. It's just kind of like a hiccup. It's like a bump in the road for a lot of us, but certainly would not describe it as bad. And again, for all of my regulars who say 7.5 is their favorite, right? You never know. It might be your favorite. I didn't know that 12.5 was going to be my favorite and that I would start taking it and then my constipation would just poof, magically go away for no reason that I can explain. My body just really likes 12.5. I don't know. I got nothing. That's just the way it goes. That's the GLP-1 world. You never know what you're going to get. It's like a box of chocolates. It's a box of GLP-1s. You never know what you're going to get. Okay. No, if anyone went to 8.5 or so, if 7.5 doesn't cut it, yes. Yeah, I've known a lot of people that have done that. Some people have had better success on 8.5. Some people, it's kind of the same as 7.5. It just depends on the person, right? And it also depends on how sensitive you are to the medication. Because some people can go up 1 milligram in dose, right? 7.5 to 8.5, and they don't even feel a difference. They need that kind of bigger jump. Other people can do a 0.5 going up in dose and they feel it. So it just depends on the person. Okay. Okay, good. Barbara did recalculate her calories on TDEE. Yeah. I would say just stay on top of everything, right? Make sure you're tracking your food, up your protein. Whatever you're doing for exercise, switch it up. This is the biggest thing that I tell people when it comes to breaking a stall, because very often, sorry, very often we are creatures of habit. And so what we do is the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. If you always walk around your neighborhood and then do some arm workouts with some light weights at home, and that's all you ever do, and you do that consistently 3 days a week, for a time, that will help you. And then your body will go, hey, I know what you're going to do. You're going to walk around the block and you're going to do these weights and we're going to do the same number. You see what I'm saying? And your body will acclimate, because whether we want to believe it or not, our bodies are lazy. Our bodies are in survival mode, even though we live in a world where we don't need to worry about surviving every 5 seconds, right? Like, I don't need to worry that a T-Rex is going to bust in through my cave, right, and take my food. I don't have to worry about that. I've got plenty of food. But our bodies are still programmed as if we were in that kind of, survival mode. So what ends up happening is, if we do the same thing over and over and over and over again, our bodies adapt. And then it no longer becomes as helpful as it was when you first. So whatever you're doing, switch it up. Okay? That would be the best advice that I have for you. Hey, Tara from Frigid Maryland. I'm considering going up to 7.5, been on 5 for 22 weeks. Hunger and food noise is increasing. That's a good reason to talk to your doctor about going up. Now I'm worried about 7.5. Do not worry, guys. I hate this. I hate it. It's good to be aware that a lot of people stall out on 7.5. But you don't know how it's going to affect you until you do it, right? And like I said, I have regulars that will come to the live, and when we have these conversations where I reassure people it's not you, it's the 7.5, they will say 7.5 was their favorite dose. They lost a ton of weight, right? You just don't know. But don't worry. Please, please do not worry. Okay. Hey, Chloe said, no freaking way, I made it to a live. Hi. Well, hello there. I'm so glad that you're here. We've been waiting for you all this time. Where have you been? How are you? I love the enthusiasm and I love the excitement. Okay, Apple Watch magnetic band is the best. Yes, it is. I've got like 20 different colors all in my Shein cart. By the way, that's the cheapest place that I found them. Takes a little while to get here, but it's the same thing that you get on Amazon. It's exactly the same thing. Well, way cheaper. Anyway, I've got like a whole bunch of different colors picked out. I like to have my watch band match what I'm wearing. Just makes me happy. It makes me so happy. Okay. I've got like so many different. I'll make a video and show you guys on my watch bands. You'll be like, Allie, you are crazy. All right. Angie says, hi from Ohio. Well, hello there. Oh, I like your little bird. You little, what is it? Is it a parakeet or a bungee? What is it? So cute. My doctor has changed me from semaglutide. I was never hungry. Now on tirzepatide. I think at 5, I'm always hungry. Yeah. So Angie, I'm not sure when you joined, but we were talking earlier about when you're switching between the two meds, there may be kind of this lag time where you have to find the right dose that works for you. It's important to start at the beginning, which I'm sure your doctor did, right? Got you on 2.5. And once you get to your sweet spot, right, with tirzepatide, you're going to be doing great. So I know that it's a little bit frustrating when you're switching from one med to the other. Just be patient, do the best you can, focus on what you're doing, right? Remember, high protein, high volume, low calorie foods like fruits, vegetables, right? Those can be a lifesaver when the hunger hits hard. So definitely hang in there. I know. You'll find the right dose for you. It's just there's just a little bit of, kind of working out the kinks in the beginning, and then once you get there, you're going to be fine. Just hang in there. Okay. Lisa says, "Did you source your ranch protein powder from Amazon? Do you mix it with cottage cheese or Greek yogurt?" Yes, and also yes. So yeah, so once we jump out of the live here in about 30 minutes, I'm going to add it to the description box so you guys can find the link. But yeah. Yeah, I want to say Amazon was the cheapest that I found, but either way, I'll put a link up there for you guys. And I've got a video with a recipe because I've like fine-tuned my recipe, but I've just had like so much stuff that I'm posting. So I'll get there. But yeah, Lisa, just hang in there. I'm get it for you. Okay. Roxanne says the introvert in me is practically feeling apathetic. Listen, I was over here coughing earlier, and now you're busting out the big words on me as you read off all the features of your Apple Watch where people can connect with you. That sounds like a nightmare. Oh yeah. It can be, but don't worry. You can turn it off. It's okay. I just have it set like that, like during the day when I'm at work, right? Or, if I'm out doing whatever, if I want to get a call, I can. But yeah, sorry. Didn't mean to make the introvert in you cringe. But I totally understand that. Judy said, "Hello, where is Kevin and the gang?" Kevin is in the bedroom, laying down, because otherwise he would be harassing me nonstop. And Sushi is right here. Bear is over there. Uh-oh, here she comes. Hi. Hi. I said your name, but it's okay. Okay. You okay? I know you were sleeping. Hi. I didn't mean for you to get up. You're a good girl. And here comes Sega. Hi, Sega Bodega. Yeah, so she's like, get out of here. Get out of here. Hi, I love you. Okay, you gonna lay back down? You okay? Be careful. Huh? Good girl. Be careful. Be careful. No. Don't slide. Don't slide. Good girl. There you go. Okay, go lay down. Good babies. Go lay down. Anyway, everybody's just kind of hanging out low key. Hey, there goes Bear. Hey, hang on. Hold on. There he is. There's his butt. Okay. Everybody's doing good, though. Okay, I lost 85 pounds on tirzepatide. Craving bananas. I don't like bananas. Eat the bananas. Bananas. Yeah, listen, I didn't like raspberries. And then I got a protein shake. It was like in one of those sampler packs. It was for the Transform HQ is the name of the brand. And they don't anymore, which is infuriating. And I continue to post on their Facebook page. They probably hate me. But they had a dark chocolate raspberry protein shake, and I got it in like a sampler pack. And then I was buying it regularly because I became obsessed with raspberry. And then I was trying all these raspberry, drinks and all this stuff. I don't like raspberry. But because of my GLP1, I became fixated on raspberry. And I have some raspberry flavored stuff coming your way in videos. So maybe that'll help you out. Get out of your banana funk. It's too funny. That's right. Yeah. And maybe your body is wanting some potassium. That's why I said eat the bananas. Okay. I was on 7.5 Manjaro 11 months and it was my favorite. Thank you, Shelly. See? 7.5, not bad. Not bad. On maintenance, the problem for me, I kept losing weight, so back on 5. I wish I had this problem. I love when people are like, well, I'm on such and such dose and I got to maintenance and I just kept losing weight even though I wasn't trying to. So I guess I got to go down and I wish I had that problem. I went all the way up to 15 and didn't reach my goal. So, it happens. It's okay. Back in 05, which is still good. Lost weight, though, doctor's not. Yeah. So, some people, they have it. Okay. Snowy says, do you have a Discord? I do not. I watch your videos every day. Thank you. And would love to find a community. I remember seeing a vid that said you lost your Facebook group. Yeah, I did. I was going to do something, but I haven't figured out what that something is. I don't want to do like a Discord. I really wasn't a fan of that. Wasn't my thing. I went over there to research some of the gray market and research grade stuff. And I was like, it's kind of cumbersome. I'm kind of old school. I'm like, you've got mail, right? So, but I'm going to figure something out. For now, I do have the community on here, the community tab on, YouTube. So if you want to make posts there, we do have that. And eventually I'll figure something out. I don't know if I'm going to do my own website or something. I got to figure out something because we need a community, but I want one where we don't have to worry about, somebody else being in control of it. And they're just like, oh, haha, joke's on you. Right. And pull the rug out from underneath you. Cause that happened to me twice on Facebook. And it's just so painful, right? Like I had posted recipes and cheat sheets and protein sheets and fiber sheets. Like I have so many documents. I would get stuff from my nutritionist, my dietitian, and I would post that. Like, anyway, Snowy, don't even get me started. But yeah, I'm going to figure something out. I am. Da, da, da. Oh, Jude said, I've been following you about 4 weeks. That's awesome. I love that. Hey, Barbara said, okay, Cali Water is the brand name. Got that. Comes in different flavors. Prickly pear. I'm familiar with that. Watermelon. Okay. Says it's for hydration and contains antioxidants and electrolytes. Organic, plant-based, no sugar, monk fruit. Love that. I love that. Interesting. I'll keep an eye out for it. Maybe I'll give it a try. Dun, dun, dun. I think Kevin's crying. That's funny. Okay. All right. Let me do a scan through here. Sorry, I went into mommy mode. Could you tell? Because I was like, I hear somebody crying. Okay. All right. Let me kind of scroll through and make sure that I grab any questions because we're getting to time. Mary says, I just watched the 2015 James Bond Spectre movie 2 nights ago. It's so good, even the second time around. I adore the Sam Smith opening song, The Writings on the Wall, of those Bond songs that gives you the chills. Oh, yeah. Hey, everybody want to see Kevin? Here's Kevin. There he goes. Okay. Hey, it's Ronnie from Arizona. Okay. Rebecca says, Allie, that's me. Why was 12.5 your favorite? So 12.5 was my favorite because my constipation just magically went away. Now, I am somebody who tracks my fiber and I get my fiber goal every day. It did not matter on all of the other doses. Okay. 2.5 all the way up to 10. And then also on 15, I had extreme constipation. Like I have to stay on top of it. I have to stay in front of it, right? It's a constant thing. Like never in my whole life. I was just saying this to a friend of mine earlier. Never in my whole life have I had to think so much about pooping. Like it's just freaking ridiculous. Thanks GLP1. Anyway, but for 12.5, it just went away. And now I'm back to having a normal life. It's weird and also fantastic. So that's why 12.5 is my favorite. I didn't lose the most weight on 12.5. It's just for that constipation alone by itself. I'm on 5. I split dose 2.5 2 times per week. Okay. I've been wondering how people know what their sweet spot dose is. Yeah. So for me, it just had to do with the constipation going away. That made me so happy. For most people, when they're talking about, what their sweet spot dose is or their favorite dose, usually it's a dose where they lost a ton of weight and they felt really good. So whenever somebody posts about their favorite dose, just like you did, it's important to ask them why, right? Because I didn't lose a ton of weight on 12.5, but man, I felt great. Just awesome. No more constipation. It's good times. So, yeah. So it's interesting to see what people say. Hey there, Brian's here. Hey, how's it going? I use a Dexcom 7 for months and I used to find them on Facebook Marketplace. Really interesting. But I've switched to Stelo from Dexcom and it's fairly close to my finger pricks now. Okay, good to know. Type 2 diabetic, but my A1C is down to 5.4. That's awesome. Yeah, thanks for that info, Brian. I have not spoken to a lot of people that are on the Stelo. So yeah, that's awesome. Shenanery! Hey there. Okay. All right, let me catch up. Uh-oh, Doris went to bed. Good night, Doris. Catch the rest on the replay. By the way, if you're watching on the replay, make sure that you put replay in the comments because I see all of your comments. I read them. Oh, Brian also said, you're right. 10 milligrams is the magic dose. Down 13 pounds on the 7th shot of 10 milligrams. That's great. Good job, Brian. High five. High five, buddy. You're doing good. Somebody else from the UK? Hi, Matt. I'm in the UK. Wegovy 7.2 has been approved for our pharmacy to prescribe. Currently on Mounjaro 15 milligram. At maintenance, I've lost 175 pounds. Wegovy is cheaper. Is it worth trying Wegovy? So Matt, you're going to have to forgive me because I'm not as familiar with how the healthcare system works over in the UK. So I'll give you the best advice I can. If switching from Mounjaro to Wegovy is okay for you, right? If it means that like your insurance company is not going to fight you on it, right? Or it could be a problem. If you have that flexibility to be able to try Wegovy, then you can absolutely try Wegovy, right? Of course, you're going to want to talk to your doctor and keep in mind that when you're switching from 15 milligrams of Mounjaro, you're going to want to go to the lowest dose of Wegovy, and there's going to be some trial and error there. So it's likely not going to feel the same. And you're going to have to figure out what dose of Wegovy works best for you. And that may take a little bit of time and a little bit of trial and error. Now, there are other people who will switch to Wegovy and not like it, right? Because statistically speaking, Wegovy tends to have higher side effects, more extreme side effects, more people who experience side effects. So you want to keep all of that in mind. So as long as you can go back to your Mounjaro, right? then I would say, yeah, if it's definitely related to cost, give it a try and see how it goes. If you've got a good prescriber and a good pharmacist, right, that'll work with you, then I think that, you can be successful at making the switch. I know there are a lot of people here in the US as well that try to make the switch from tirzepatide, right, Manjaro, to semaglutide, Wegovy, because of price. So yeah, I would say talk to your doctor about it and see what your options are. Because if it is something that'll work for you, right, could save you money. Look, 7.5 is my magic dose. I told you they were here. They were just hiding. Okay. Juice says you have good access in the UK for all GLP-1s. So the other thing to keep in mind is that, and I think Jude actually asked this question later on, down, I can see it down at the, excuse me, down in the comments. They don't have compound GLP-1s over in the UK. And they don't have them in Australia either. So just keep that in mind. New Mexico. Mary's like, osmosis? Yes. If I touch you, we will have a protein transfer. I think I'm going to put that on a shirt. I don't know what happened to that guy. It was like the Illuminati guy from last week. Like, where did that guy come from? I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't answer his Illuminati question, right? Then I had this guy that was like, we have a protein transfer. Can we transfer proteins between each other? I don't know what that means. Is that code for something? Is this like Skibbity Toilet or something that I don't know about because I'm old now? What is happening? I used to be cool. I used to be hip with the lingo. Now I've turned 40 and I know nothing. 6'7". What does that mean? Why are we saying this thing? Right? But if you use phrases that I understand, right? Like psych, right? Then I know what you mean. For real, dude. For real, for real. Okay. Mary, thank you for that. Okay. Matt says we do, if we pay for it, it's expensive. Yeah. Yeah. It's just one of those things. Phoenix, Arizona. Whoop, whoop. Okay. All right. I'm just looking for questions now. Ah, Matt. Okay. I thought they had been stopped by Eli Lilly in the States. No. Compound is still going strong, baby. We are fighting back. So, I know there's a lot of especially if you're looking at things from the headlines, by the way, please don't do that. Okay. I don't know if anybody tells you over in the UK, like, don't watch American news, but I'm American and I'm telling you, don't watch American news. Just avoid it at all costs. But yeah, it's still going strong. It's still going. There's lots of cases and, they're fighting back and forth and, compound pharmacies themselves are not going away, right? They serve a purpose other than just GLP-1 meds, but yeah, it's not going anywhere anytime soon. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Janet says, my doctor has me do blood work every 3 months. Well, that sounds like an excellent doctor to me. I also recommend that. And I'm not a doctor. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Drew says, Allie, you have the best followers. I agree. I have the most awesome community here. I love you guys. Like, I look forward to the lives. Honestly, when I started out doing these lives back in the day, which was a Wednesday, by the way, I I was like, "Oh, okay, well, I'll just hop on a live and we'll just talk for like, 30 minutes or so or an hour. Or yeah, I'm lucky if I get out of here in like 3 hours. We have a blast. If you have not watched previous lives, like if you're new to my channel or you're new to a live, please go watch some of the other lives because we have so much fun. And we get random people that pop in that ask like redonkulous questions and we all have a good laugh. And then it's like this running inside joke that we all share together. I love that. I love that. So, yes, Jude, I agree. I do have the best followers. Okay. Sarah says, what labs are you paying for out of pocket? Just a regular metabolic panel? Do you go through your doctor for the scripts? Yes. So, yes, I go through my doctor. Yes, it's a full metabolic panel. I check for everything, and I also include checking for some of the vitamins if that is something that I feel right that we need to do. So, for example, at one point in the beginning of my journey, my energy was very low and I was having fatigue and I was like, all right, let's check the B12. Everybody says do the B12, do the B12, right? So I checked the B12. My B12 was fine, right? So I'll throw in something like that, like as needed. But yeah, it's just the metabolic panel that I check. Check the A1C, right? Cholesterol, all that fun stuff. Okay, I'm back to finger pricks. Hubby gifted me a sauna. Oh, you have a very nice hubby. I keep sweating my CGM off. That's so funny. It gives wacky numbers from the heat. Yeah, that happens to me too. I take scalding hot showers. So yeah. That's crazy though that you're sweating them off. One thing that I will say that has really helped me. Do I have them in here? Oh, I don't. Okay, you'll see when I do my CGM videos. I have these little patches that I wear over the CGM, not the one that comes with it. I wear that too, but I also wear an additional patch over it, and that is really helpful. So, and I just get them on Amazon. So but it'll be in the video. They come in lots of different colors and stuff. It's a lot of fun. Okay. Hi. Do you want to say hi to your fans? Hold on. Hold on. Come here. Okay. Okay. I love you. I love you, Chebin. I love you. Okay. Be careful. Hold on. Hold on. Just stay right there. Nobody can see your face. Can you show them your face? Okay. Oh, God. Here comes Sushi. Okay. Hi, everybody. Hi. I love you. I love you. Okay. You can't get up here. You're too big. You're a big boy now. Okay? I love you. Okay. Off. Good boy. Off. There you go. Okay. Hi. I love you. You have to get off now. Okay? You're a good girl. Yeah, you good girl. Okay. Shh. Okay. You gotta go lay down if you're gonna be out here. Go on. Shoo, 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 shoo. These are the conversations that we have all day. I am so glad that you could join me. Okay. Anyway, you got to see Kevin for a minute. Okay. All right. I'm looking for questions. Hey, Sandy's in the house. All right, Sandy. Down 47 pounds. Nice. Since March 1st of 2025. Lose weight everywhere but my stomach. Anybody else have this problem? Take me to your leader. Yes. So that is just how the body works, especially women, but really for everybody, that is the last place you will lose weight. I actually have a video coming up about that very soon. But yes, yeah. It's for many, many people. Doesn't matter your body shape, doesn't matter your genetics, like it's always the last place to go. You can't spot exercise it away. I mean, you can work at it, right? But yeah, it's just one of those things. Okay, Sarah says, "Hi, lovely. Hello. I'm on my second month of Manjaro, 7.5. I've only lost 3 kilo and I'm actually going up and down on the scales. I am 83 kilos at the moment, so wanting to be 80 at Christmas. Wanted to be 80 at Christmas, but oh well. Yeah, it's just one of those things like, you know, a lot of people talk about on 7.5, they just go up and down. But you're doing great. You just got to keep at it, right? I know that we get frustrated and it's very easy to like get down on yourself, but you just got to stick with it. Okay. Sarah says, "Sorry, message sent before I finish. Do you think I should move up to 10? I'm from Australia. Yay. Okay. It's 43 degrees, maybe? We've had a heat wave, massive heat wave. Yeah, degrees. Okay. Do I think you should move up to 10? So usually the going up and down, up and down, up and down, right, as far as weight fluctuation, is a good indicator that it's time to talk to your doctor about potentially going up in dose. But you want to consider all of the factors, right? Not just weight. Are you having food noise? Are you having cravings? Are you finding that, you know, you're having more urges to eat more, right? Like, are you struggling with energy? How are your side effects, right? There's a lot of things that you want to take into account. So it's good to take all of those things into account and yeah, have a conversation with your doctor about potentially going up. Oh my goodness, Rosie from the Dominican Republic. What is going on tonight? It is really pushing my videos all over the world. We're all over the world. Okay, sorry. I would say that I'm going to calm down, but I'm not. Okay, I'm down 50 pounds. Nice. In my 5th month on tirzepatide, currently at 5 milligrams. That's awesome. Rosie, you are doing fantastic. Good job. Okay. It's Mick Shiggity Pilot. Yes, I'm a pilot. Well, sir, I would most certainly hope that you are. Because if you're going to have an awesome name like Mick Shiggity, then you better be something awesome like a pilot. That's just the way that goes. Now, are you flying like your own little plane? Why did I just put you in a tiny little plane like that? I was like, your own little plane? Are you in a little plane? I don't know why I did that to you, McShiggity. I'm so sorry. I mean, like you like a single person or a 2-seater type plane. Is that what you're flying? Let me know. I love that. Mick Shiggity. That is Mick cool, my man. That is Mick cool. Okay. Okay. Ebby says, "Hi, would you mind sharing your titration schedule and whether you would make any changes if you have to restart your journey?" Okay, great question. So, my titration schedule looks like this. Stay on each dose as long as you are losing weight. Period. Hard stop. If you are losing weight and you are not having terrible side effects and you're right, like as long as a dose is working for you, stay on that dose. Now, as far as an exact breakdown of how long I was on each dose, I do need to make a video showing that. I did keep track of it on a spreadsheet for a very long time. I haven't updated it, anytime recently. But I did. I stayed on 2.5 for 13 weeks. Then I went to 5, stayed on 5 for many months, and then did the same with many of the other doses. 12.5, I stayed on, I think, the longest because that was just my sweet spot. That's where the constipation went away and I just feel amazing. But I wasn't necessarily losing a whole lot of weight. So, yeah, it's really a matter of seeing how you feel. And I feel like at the beginning of my journey, I was very much concerned with, oh, losing weight and I got to lose weight and I got to stay on top of this and my calorie deficit and the nutrition, the nutrition, right? And then like, oh, I got to start working out. I got to do it, right? It was like, it was so much at the beginning. And looking back on it now, would I have done anything differently? No. So when I first started out, I was 285 pounds, and I was deathly afraid that if I started exercising hardcore, that I was going to injure myself because I had not been physically active in many, many years. So when I first started out, I wasn't doing any physical activity. I was like, I'm just going to focus on nutrition. I'm going to track my food. I'm going to stay in a calorie deficit. I'm going to focus on nutritionally, right? Getting a lot of good stuff. And that's what I did. And the weight came off. And that is the big thing that I want to remind everybody tonight is weight loss is like 95% nutrition. Do you need to get in movement? Do you need to do weights, right? So that you're keeping your muscle mass? Absolutely. But do not sleep on your nutrition because it will pull you through the hardest of times on your GLP-1 journey. So yeah, great question. I need to make that video where I talk about how long I was on each dose. But yeah, my criteria was, am I losing weight? Yes, stay on the dose. I stayed on it as long as I could. If I started having increased food noise or, some of the binging tendencies were starting to come back, then I would talk to my doctor about going up in dose, but I would try to, like white knuckle it there for a little while. But I didn't torture myself. I would just go up in dose. So yeah. Okay, Black Squirrel. Is there any truth in the articles I'm seeing about GLP-1 causing blindness? So there are some articles specifically about semaglutide, Ozempic, Wegovy. And forgive me, I forgot what the initials are. It's like NIOD something. Don't quote me on that. Anyway, yes, there have been some instances. However, I haven't seen anything that is definitive that it has to do with solely the GLP-1. What do I mean? That condition, right, that has to do with the eyes, and many of the other eye conditions, they can also be related to blood pressure, to obesity, to type 2 diabetes, right? Like, so is it something that we should keep an eye on? Yes. But so far it's just semaglutide and they haven't pinpointed like a single thing, right? It's just been like a handful of cases. And I know that it's something they're looking into. So is there any truth to it? Yes. Do we have a whole lot of information? No. But again, it's just semaglutide. And I am interested to see what some of those other contributing factors are. For example, I see a lot of stories where people are really struggling and they're having all these other side effects. Like I saw one the other day where it was a Facebook story that a news channel was running, and it was like, oh, this woman, her colon exploded. Well, if you go and read the story, which, most people are not going to take the time to do, she actually had like a whole bunch of other problems related to her digestion and specifically her intestines. So it was like, was this caused by this? Was it caused by constipation? How long did she go without having a bowel movement? Right? Like, I always take those sort of things with a grain of salt. It's important to look at the details, but it's also important to remember that if you're not getting all the details, then you just kind of gotta see what's going on, right? But yeah, I see that kind of stuff a lot. And unfortunately, there's a lot of just like rage bait stuff going on. It's so frustrating. It makes it really hard to decipher what is a good news article and what is garbage that they're just trying to capitalize on the GLP1 name so that they can, get views. It's just like, it's annoying. Okay, Liz says, got a body composition scale, but it doesn't have handles. Is the one with handles much more accurate? That's a good question. And I think that it really depends on which one, right? Like some of these that you see that have handles, yeah, they might be slightly more accurate. But honestly, I don't know that it would be that different than what you have unless you're doing like a serious upgrade. Like I've actually been contacted by a couple of companies. They've got these ones that are like $300, $400, $500 like at-home units. And I'm just like, do we can't even afford our GLP1s as it is. Do we need to be spending that much on an at-home scale? I think it's just a matter of personal preference, but it begs the question, right? So I would say if you have a body composition scale, just go with that, right? Use the tools that you have. And then later on, if you want to upgrade to something else, you can, right? Or get a DEXA scan or, go to a fitness place that has one and you can, pay to use them, right? There's a lot of options that are becoming more available. So, yeah. Anita said, aloe juice is horrid. Insert shiver here. I agree. Chunky water is yucky. Some people love the aloe drinks. I mean, I say that. Let me be clear. I have never met one of those people. But somebody out there has to be loving it because there's so many different brands. There's so many different people. They have to be purchasing it. Otherwise, they wouldn't exist, right? Right, Anita? I mean, I don't understand it. But there's got to be somebody buying it. Somebody. Okay. Super skitty. My doctor told me to stay on a low dose because eventually the medicine will stop working. That made no sense to me. Super skitty, that's because you're smart cookie. Have you heard of the medicine stop working at one point? Yes. So let me better explain how your doctor dropped the ball. I mean, your question. So, does the medication stop working? No. First and foremost, we all need to remember that this is an endocrine medication. Okay? This is not a weight loss pill, right? It works on the endocrine system. So does it suddenly stop working on your endocrine system? No. Does your body acclimate? Yes. Our bodies are very smart. And just like I was talking about earlier, if you eat the same thing all the time, if you do the same exercise all the time, if you do, this very predictable schedule of this, just like if you have a very predictable sleep schedule, and even on the weekend when you would love to sleep in, your body wakes you up at 5 a.m. because that's when you normally wake up, right? Your body acclimates. It anticipates what you're going to be doing. So that's kind of my analogy to describe it. So does the medication stop working? No, it doesn't. Will you get to a certain point and stop losing weight? Yes, but that does not mean that the medication is not working. And this is a very, very important point. If you are not actively gaining weight, and I don't mean like 5 pounds, 6 pounds, even 8 pounds. I've even gained 10 pounds. If you are not actively gaining your weight back on the highest dose that you can tolerate, right? If you are maintaining weight loss, the medication is working. And that's where people get it wrong. You have to remember that it's not a magic pill. It's not a magic shot. It's not going to do everything for you, but it is going to potentially get your body to a position where it's working and functioning like a normal body, right? We think about people who don't struggle with the disease of obesity and what it is that they do. Well, what do? They eat in a calorie deficit and they exercise, they eat right, right? They focus on nutrition. And what do? They slowly lose weight over time because their body is functioning correctly. But two things tend to happen to people on a GLP-1. One, they lose muscle mass, their body acclimates, and they stop losing weight, right? How do we fight this? We make sure that we are building muscle. And the other thing is people get closer to a goal weight or a healthy weight range, and the weight loss slows down to a normal weight loss, right? For many of us, myself included, right? Started at 285 pounds. I was losing weight back then. It would not be uncommon for me to lose 3 pounds in a week. Now, I didn't do that all the time because, right, that's too fast, but it happened. And it's very easy to become addicted to that kind of weight loss because, again, we have all struggled with weight loss, up and down and up and down and up and down and up again and up some more and then down and then up, right? Like our whole lives, our whole adult lives, some of us since we were kids, right? And so it's very easy to get hooked on that weight loss because we're finally having success. The real success is maintaining the weight loss. That is what makes this different. Now, in the future of GLP-1s, I think that everything will be fine-tuned and it will be incredibly customized to the individual, to their specific disease of obesity, right? Whatever category they fall into. If you haven't watched my video on that, make sure you go watch it, right? The 4 categories of obesity. I think that there will be so much more. Like we've just really scratched the surface and just started to get good at this. We've got a long way to go. So, no, it doesn't stop working. Is there the potential that you will max out and become acclimated to the medication and stop losing weight? Yes. And I do think that there are people that are going to need higher doses. And that's why the pharmaceutical company is researching it as we speak. So Super Skitty, nothing to panic about. Nothing to panic about. I panic more about losing access to the medication and gaining the weight back because just like with any disease or any condition, right? I have the disease of obesity. If I'm not treating it with medication, guess what happens? Just like if you stop treating your high blood pressure, your blood pressure goes up, right? So I am more concerned about that than I am about this because things are only going to get better. Access is only going to get better. It's just going to take time. Great question. Great question. Okay. How do you get 8.5? Okay, so 8.5 is one of the doses that's very common for people who are on compound, right? So through a telehealth company and they're getting a vial, right? Where you dose it. So telehealth companies, compound pharmacies, they do off-standard dosing. It's part of the customization. So yeah, so that's how you get 8.5. But if you're using the Lilly Direct vials or Quick Pens or, right, like it's kind of the set dosing. Okie dokie. All right. Oh my goodness, we're running out of time. All right, let me check and see if we've got any more questions. Hang on just a second. Oh, Lewis said, I love 7.5. Do not fear. Thank you. Lewis, coming to the rescue with the peeps who like 7.5. That's what he said. You planted the seed of doubt, the 7.5 seed of doubt. I'm going to have to put that on a shirt, Snowy, because it happens in almost all of my lives. Without a doubt, somebody will be like, I'm on 7.5 and I've stalled out and I'm doing everything right. What's happening? And then I have to talk to you about 7.5 and what happens on 7.5. And then people who are not on 7.5, they get upset about 7.5. And I'm like, don't be upset about 7.5. But I am happy to do it. So, but I love that. The 7.5 seed of doubt. Dun, dun, dun. It sounds very menacing, doesn't it? Okay. Okay. Hi, I'm on Zepbound. I lost 40 pounds since May. If I go up to 7.5 and find out it's not for me, can I go back down to 5 the following week? Yes, you just need to talk to your doctor. So, a lot of people are not aware that if you go up in dose and it is not a good fit for you, right? Specifically, when it deals with side effects, you can go back down in dose. What you do is you just leave the rest of your meds in the fridge. Don't let them expire because you may go up to that dose again in the future. And you just call your doctor and say, hey, I'm having horrible side effects, or I don't feel good, or whatever the case may be. You talk to your doctor and then they just send in a script for whatever the lower dose is. But yeah, you can absolutely do that, right? You're not forced to stay on a dose that doesn't make you feel good. Okay. Joni says, hi from Florida. Hello. I really enjoy your live. Your personality is bright, funny, and authentically sweet. Thank you so much. What an awesome thing to say. I appreciate you. And I'm so glad that you made it to the live. Okay. Oh, see, Jennifer said higher doses give migraines. See, there you go. Higher doses may not be for you, and that's totally fine. Look, she lost 90 pounds on 7.5. 7.5. Jude said, my dogs are watching your dogs. It's too funny. I love that. Everybody's dogs perked up. I think on one of my lives, I started, somebody's dog was getting out of control and I started saying TREAT. And people were like, don't use that word. They can hear you. I got you on the TV. It's funny. Anyway. Okay. All right. Let me see if we got... okay, there's a question. Hi, FitFlavorFun, Allie. A few weeks ago, I moved up to 5 and was concerned about SE. SE. You told me not to worry and you were right. Okay, but what is SE? Oh no, sold by storm, you have confused me. I am now confused. What is SE? Very little nauseous. However, now my tongue is sore on the sides with a few lie bumps. Okay. So, with the tongue thing, hold on. Everybody hold that thought. Look out, shooby doopy. Okay. I have returned. Okay. So, if you're having mouth challenges, anybody, not just sold by storm, but I couldn't remember the name of it. This stuff is phenomenal. Whether you have dry mouth or you have a wound in your mouth or whatever the case may be, it's not just for dry mouth. This stuff is fantastic. It's a little bit pricey, but it's worth it. You just need a very little bit. Biotine. Okay. Oral rinse. It comes in a couple different flavors. You can find it just at your local grocery store. They're all over the place. But yeah, that stuff is fantastic. But yeah, tell me, what is SE? But I'm so glad that whatever I told you was right. I'm glad that I was helpful for you. Now I got to know what SE is. Okay. Hey, Lisa's like, I've been here the whole time to try to chime in more. Yeah, if you want to. If you want to. I have people who watch my lives all the time and they don't have anything to say. They're just hanging out. But I just want you to know that if you're one of those people, I appreciate you being here. You don't have to comment, but I love it when you do. Because Lisa is awesome. Okay. Hi, I'm on Manjaro due to a gastric sleeve operation. I'm more sensitive to nausea. Even 2 milligrams is not working well. Any have advice? Yeah. So, if you are having challenges with nausea, there are some over-the-counter things that you can use. So, Nausine is one of them. Emitrol is another one. They come in a couple of different forms. I've talked about them in previous videos. I have them linked in the description box of my videos. They are fantastic if you want an over-the-counter option. I think it's the Nausine kicks in 4 minutes or less. If you're having more extreme nausea, talk to your doctor about getting a Zofran, which is just like a little tiny pill that you put under your tongue. It dissolves, it tastes delicious, and it works almost immediately. So if you have extreme nausea, you may want to go that route. I personally like to have those on hand, just to have them on hand. I don't use them as often as the over-the-counter stuff. Usually the over-the-counter stuff will knock it out. But it's always good to have the Zofran on hand. So if you can get it, if your insurance covers it, if your doctor will write your script, go for it. The other thing you may want to consider if you're having a lot of nausea is, when are you eating? Okay. You may be needing to do, especially with gastric sleeve, you may be needing to do smaller meals more often. Okay. Even if you're somebody who didn't have gastric sleeve, I would say the same thing. The other thing that you want to do is you want to, if you fine tune all of that and all of that is not helping, you may want to talk to your doctor about coming down in dose. It may just be that your dose is a little bit too high. So you can bring it down a little bit and then you'll get some relief. So yeah, but Zofran, always good to have on hand. Always good. Okay. All right. Da, da, da. Price of my Zepbound went up for 2026. Frustrated because neither the pharmacy or insurance can tell me why. So do you have a plan with a deductible? You may want to look at the type of insurance you have. Many people find that they start a medication like a GLP1, towards the middle or end of a year, and then the next year rolls around and they have to meet their deductible, and so the price skyrockets and they're like, oh my gosh, but I was paying $25 or $50 or $100. Now all of a sudden it's $700. So it may be a deductible issue. Make sure that you're utilizing, if you qualify, make sure you're utilizing the Zepbound coupon, which you can find on the Eli Lilly website, right? I don't know if you qualify for it or not, but if you're not using it, check it out because it can help you. So yeah, but chances are it's a deductible thing. Okay. Alan. Any update when retatrutide will be FDA approved and available to purchase? Not that I know of. Last year, I was hearing whispers that it was going to be 2026, but I don't know. I don't know if they're going to release it this year or next year. I don't know. I wish they would get on the ball, though, and get it together. How about now? Now is good for me. How about you release it now? Right? Like, yeah, but I don't know. I do keep up with it though. So I promise you the moment we get like a time frame or a date, but I imagine they'll probably keep it hush hush for a minute and then drop it. I think they're probably going to get everything worked out with the quick pens here in the US and the vials and right now I'm sure they're probably working on everything with the whole bringing the price down for Medicare, right? Because that is supposed to happen with Zepbound come April 1st, right? So it'll be covered by Medicare and it'll be affordable for Medicare patients. So I imagine there's probably a lot that goes into that. I don't foresee that it will be anytime soon, but I'll keep an eye on it. Okay, 3 left turns. Ooh. All right, doing a 180. Tried compound tirzepatide with B6. No effect on hunger or ability to eat. Discomfort from B6 on belly. Okay. Was on Zep prior with great results. Off Zep for 6 months due to insurance. Going to PA prior authorization Manjaro. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there are some people that are sensitive to the B vitamins. So, I mean that could be the case. Um when you say sensitive on the belly, I wonder what you mean by that. You mean like you're having like nausea or are you having like a sight reaction? Let me know. Anyway, plus the other thing that you want to keep in mind when you say no effect on hunger or ability to eat, if you were off of it for 6 months and you're just now getting back on it, I was talking earlier, I have a video talking about doing a reset. It's 50-50. When people go on and go off of the meds, some people they come back on, they start over, they have great success. Other people, it's like injecting water until they get to higher doses. So definitely go check out that video and see if maybe that applies to you. Okay. Jude said, I got to go take the dogs out. Awesome. You're very welcome. Letty says, I came in late, so I guess I'm doing a replay. That's doing a replay. Yes, absolutely. Love to join the lives. Absolutely. Okay. All right. Let me see. Okay. Alan says, will you switch to retatrutide once it's available? I won't be, simply because first of all, I'm going to be interested to see what designations it comes out with when it first hits the market. Is it going to be diabetics? Is it going to be weight loss only? Is it going to be, some other health conditions? So that'll be interesting. And for me, I think that just based off of what I'm seeing, people who have done long stints on tirzepatide and then switched to retatrutide, it's not like what everybody hypes it up to be, right? So I think that for some people who have stalled out on other GLP-1s, it's going to be great for them. But I think that for others, it's just going to be another GLP-1 option, right? I think it just depends on the person. So what I'm seeing is that many people who are on tirzepatide for a long period of time, they prefer tirzepatide to retatrutide. One of the guys that I follow over on TikTok, he was just talking today about how he's been on Reta for, I think, like 6 months or something. And he's like, yeah, it was great, but honestly, I felt better on tirzepatide. So he's going to go back to that. Will I try it eventually? Probably. Let me put it to you this way. I would be more likely to try retatrutide than I would any semaglutide product. How about that? The future is unknown. Bum, bum, bum. Dr. Allie, awesome. I'm not a doctor. That ice in your water negates your water. Yes. If you don't know, what she's referring to here, you're going to have to go find that live because that's another one of our inside jokes. Okay, great. All right. I am going to have to wrap it up here, guys. So let me make sure. Oh, started training on small single engine years ago. Very cool. Very cool. That's my pilot friend. If anybody was wondering, this is my pilot friend. Okay. Thanks, buddy. That's so cool. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Sandy says, good evening. Thank you for all your wisdom and give everybody today. Hey, you are very welcome. Thank you. Thank you for your kind words. I super appreciate you. Oh my gosh. Sandy. This is for Kevin, of course. He didn't even work for it, Sandy. I'm over here working it. Thank you. You're so sweet. I will be sure to use that to buy treats because we need treats. Oh no, I said the T word. That's bad. But thank you. You're super sweet. I appreciate that. Okay. All right. Let me scroll through here, make sure. Let me see if there's any questions. Da, da, da. Da, da, da. Ginger says, this is my first time catching you live. Love your energy. I'm always listening to you on the replays. Hey, I'm so glad that you made it to a live. That's awesome. Okay. Tracy hated 7.5. Me too. All the doses helped me, says Shelby. Oh, thank you. Soul by Storm side effects. Thank you. Listen, I am one cool cat, okay? But sometimes the lingo just misses me. So thank you for letting me know. SE stands for side effects, people. Just so you know. Thank you. Look, somebody was trying to help me. Side effects. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Look, everybody's saying side effects. Duh. Duh, Allie. Side effects. Thanks, guys. I'll get some biotin, let you know how it works out. Yes, please do. That I'm telling you, that stuff is a lifesaver. If you have anything going on in your mouth, biotin is great. It doesn't have like the alcohols in it that a lot of other rinses have. It's good stuff. Just trust me. Okay. Oh, we got a question regarding Medicare eligibility. It was announced of a trial pilot project to roll out in July. Also, they plan to enroll a balance program to reset 10% of GLP1 patient population. Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna have to brush up on that because I'm not up to speed on the latest Medicare stuff. But definitely thank you for sharing it. Okay. Site reaction. Okay, yeah. Initially injection area sore. Yeah. So the other thing I will say, I don't know if you still are using that with the B6 and you're having a site reaction. So one thing that a doctor actually recommended, and we've all just been repeating it since then, and I'm not a doctor and I'm not your doctor, so make sure you talk to your doctor. But what that doctor recommended was, it's called the Flonase trick when you have this sort of thing happen. So what you do is you thoroughly clean the area where you're going to do the injection with an alcohol wipe. You let it dry. Then you spray Flonase. You do your injection. Let everything dry, right? And then make sure that you do an alcohol wipe afterwards to make sure that there's no medication left on the skin. And if you guys have not seen if you are getting injection site irritations, sores, welts, issues, make sure you go watch my injection videos. I've got a couple of them where I talk about all of those little nuances, right? Because 9 times out of 10, people are not being told, hey, when you do your injection, especially if you're using an auto injector pen and you get that little bubble of medication left up on your skin, if you leave that there, you will have a site reaction. So it's just par for the course. Insert sports analogy here. Fly the course with McShiggity, right? That's going to be my new favorite thing. I'm just going to let you know. Hey, Madonna says, I've been taking your digestive enzymes. Love them. Thank you. You know, I really need to reach back out to that company and tell them that they need to be sending me money. Hey, digestive enzyme company, send me money because I love the digestive enzymes. If you guys are not using digestive enzymes on your GLP-1 journey, please go watch my video about digestive enzymes and do it. You will thank me later. Okay. Okay, Letty says, I feel like I'm going to go up soon. I've been on the same 2 pounds up and down for a month. Yep, that's usually a sign. I ordered Zepbound on Lilly Direct, so 7.5 again. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, guys. All right. So I'm going to have to wrap it up because I am turning into a pumpkin. But thank you so much for coming to hang out with me tonight. If you are a new subscriber, thank you so much for being here. If you've been here from the beginning, hey, Adrian's here. Whoa, so that was an ADD moment. Adrian said hit that like button. And Adrian is right. Thank you guys so much for coming to the live. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for all of your awesome questions. I just love you guys. You are phenomenal. I super appreciate you. If you are looking for my non-GLP-1 related content, make sure you join me over on FitFlavorFun Uncensored. That is my other channel. I'm going to be doing some sewing this weekend, which is going to be fun. So those are going to be some fun videos if you're looking to learn something new, or you just want to hang out with me while I sew. We could have a party. It could be a thing. I've also got the Avatar 3 movie review up on the channel. So if you want to go check that out, if you're thinking about seeing the movie, go see it. It is so good. Okay. Yay. Jazzy said, good night. Yes, pumpkin time for Allie. Yes, I am turning into a pumpkin. The dogs have been so patient because it is way past their bedtime and they know it. That's why they all came over and they were like, hey, what are we doing? It's time for bed. They know. They know. I got these guys on a schedule. Anyway, thank you for being here. If you are watching the replay, make sure you put replay in the comments as you leave stage left. If you have not hit the like button, please hit the like button. It helps my channel. And as always, be kind, rewind. Yeah,